Hey, this is Nick the Mining Book Guy. It is the late evening of Tuesday, July 24th, 2018, and I've got a nice, exciting little company for you, Osino Resources, OSI on the TSXV, gold exploration in Namibia. Pretty exotic for a TSXV listing. Honestly, this is probably the best trading opportunity I've come across in a while, especially as we go through the summer doldrums here. I wasn't expecting this. We'll get into those details soon, but I want to first say I personally have some qualms with trading. I had some interesting conversations on CEO.CA today, especially about people who are trying to pump stuff and not even understand the company that well. And then I also had some conversations about like how can people like me and probably a lot of my audience who don't have any special connections in the industry do well. Like how can we really get an advantage? Well, even if you don't buy this company or you don't have too much interest, this is going to be a really good case study on both of those points. I do think this company has long-term potential, but as a trading opportunity, it fits more my style, where really on a fundamental basis, this is could be a really nice little trade, and then you determine if you want to hold for longer. And on the connection side, what I really am happy about, I was at the Sprott Symposium in Vancouver just last week. I asked around about this company. The only person who knew about it was a very experienced geologist. There were a lot of other smart people who had no idea this existed, and it gives me hope, and it should give you hope that, assuming this turns into quality, which I really think it could, there are more opportunities out there like this. So hopefully this becomes a great model for you for other companies. Quick disclosure, I bought a bunch of shares, cost average at about 28 cents Canadian. I may buy or sell at any time. Any errors are mine and mine alone. I haven't talked to management ever. I've never taken money or shares from any company. I've always say that. But with all that said, let's get into my timeline of how I figured out this company existed and where I went from there. So I had no idea this company existed until March 10th, 2018, when out of nowhere, my friend Luke Ten Have from Holland made this great post, and he made it in the index. So keep in mind, this was open to anyone. If you followed Luke or me, or you're following the index that day, you could have seen this, and I bet you less than 5, maybe only a couple other people actually kept this company in mind once he wrote about it. Well, I was excited because I like anything Africa, and I don't really consider myself an Africa expert, but I guess you become an expert when you're the only person who cares about an area, because that's how it feels sometimes at CEO, talking about African stocks. But this was very intriguing. Namibia, near B2 Gold. There's a couple other. Was there another point? I think, yeah, Ross Beaty on here. It's like, whoa, that is neat. So, I said I'll do some research, and I did a little research. I checked out the PowerPoint, and that was pretty cool too. So the PowerPoint was from February. Scrolling down, I'll tell you what stood out to me. Heye Daun, I believe it. Heye is how you pronounce it, based on a video. But I did like this. I immediately understood. Okay, these guys have done it before. Oryx Gold, a company I knew about that got acquired by B2 Gold, also in Namibia. Also ran Ecuador Gold and Copper that merged with Lumina Gold. There's the Ross Beaty connection. It's like, I like all of this. But as I scrolled down, it was a little complicated. I mean, there's a lot of technical stuff, like, very interesting, but not, still a private company too. This RTO was supposed to happen later. So definitely something to put in the back pocket. And, I left it alone for a little while. Now, moving on, the one-to-one mining conference in London. It's actually twice a year in London. This is showing this in this fall. Actually, I will be there. More on that in a sec. But they attended in the spring, and my friend Kevin S. This is his page on CEO from Ireland. I knew that he was planning to attend, and he even asked me privately, what companies to be interested in. Osino was definitely near the top of the list. So short story, I wanted to chat with Kevin about how it went, and he did say his meeting with Heye at Osino was very good. Maybe one of the better meetings. I didn't, we didn't really get into too many more details beyond that, but that was clearly a positive, and compared to some of the other things he told me about other companies. So just keep in mind, you don't always have to do your research yourself, and neither of us are that well connected, but we can, get a leg up by sharing this type of information. So that was a really nice plus. Made me want to continue to follow Osino. And by the way, this is Kevin's Twitter account, and hopefully he gets his Cycles Investor brand out there. I'm going to be curious if he ever gets a little blog going. But I was looking for other types of media. There's only one video, and so this video was filmed during that conference. And so I will be attending the London 1-to-1 in November. Very excited about that. My first time attending anything in London, and I'm hoping to meet Heye myself. But basically here you can see about 20 seconds of this video, just give you a quick snapshot.
Today at the 1-to-1 conference in London. Great, thank you for the opportunity. Tell us a little bit more about your company and your plans.
So we're a gold exploration and development company, exploration more than development. In Namibia, we've got a range of projects. We have a history of delivering value, and we're looking to do it again.
So that was just 20 seconds. The whole video is just 2 minutes, but you get a quick snapshot of where the company's at, and I think that'd be useful for some of you doing your own research. Yeah, by the way, always do your own research. Don't take my word for this stuff. I'm just trying to help you out. I wasn't going to go there. I wanted to go here. This was, this funny website, metalsnews.com. It's such a mess, but really a lot of great interviews. And for some reason, Dr. Alan Alper is the only person I've seen getting Heye for an interview. This interview was informative, especially on background on management. So these links will be at the bottom of this video. Again, great for doing your own research. And then, we're kind of jumping forward. Actually, did I want to go here? You know what? So really what it came down to is that this was intriguing, but I didn't have, the main reason to get excited because it was still private. Well, I was checking the website, and this is the updated PowerPoint. This PowerPoint was for the roadshow in June, and I was just checking on the company's website every few weeks and realized this was updated, and then lo and behold, the RTO happened on June 28th. So I basically just, accidentally came across the fact that the RTO was completed and that it was trading publicly. I felt really excited because I came in here and I saw nobody posted. By the way, I made a little post a few days ago in case people were following me. But when it came down to it, nobody in the retail space seemed to care at all. Like I said, Sprott Symposium. Oh, this is an important point. Everyone loves Ross Beaty, but they have no idea that Ross is the largest shareholder here. So we're going to get back to this PowerPoint. If I can talk about a couple weaknesses, I do feel the PowerPoint was a little jumbled. It wasn't until page 15 where the light bulb started to go off. I love these types of timelines, catalyst timelines. So there was drilling here that's actually been reported. The results were just reported since we're in July. But look at all this other drilling. There's actually going to be more follow-up drilling here based on positive results. Drilling, sampling, airborne mag, and basically this is well organized. And I love it that 80% of the money is going into the ground. Even if it was 70 or 75%, I'd be pretty happy. But that's, they're really clear here. A big budget for the year. So I can't complain about any of that. This is a little confusing, but I appreciate the details they provided here. And, basically financings were done in a way, exercising of warrants so that they're cashed up. They have about $6 million in cash, maybe a little less right now, but that's great. And then you keep going down, and this took me a little while to figure out, but what's awesome, about 56 million shares out and no warrants. All the warrants have been exercised. So for the little guy and gal like you and me, we don't have to worry about some type of dilutive raise in the short term. Great share structure. I'll have more on that at the end of this, but that's what turns this into a great trading opportunity in my opinion. And the last financing, well, one financing or warrants were at 38 cents and one was at 48 cents. I wanted to verify this stuff, and they had this weird exchange ratio. And so this gets me back to that weird page I showed before. This is from the Management Information Circular, which often shows management salaries, management ownership, and a lot of other things. This is a crazy document. It's 276 pages. It took me a while to go through this, and there's a lot of stuff I don't understand, but this was a key page. It's page 104. So you can get this on SEDAR. And I wanted to make sure that there weren't any weird little financings. Now, of course, there's some stuff back here where some people got in really cheap. But what I really liked seeing was while this company was private, you see all these financings at 7 cents or higher. Now, there were some warrant exercises at 4.4 cents. But what's important took a while to understand was based on the conversions, you need to multiply that by 5.4, this weird little number, the share exchange ratio. And so for this 8.8 times that 5.4, that gets you the 48 cents. So the last financing, a lot of money, $3 million or so, 48 cents. All these 0.07s, those convert to 38 cents. So basically, a lot of money raised at 38 cents or 48 cents. Yes, there are some warrants at a lower level, closer to 20, 25 cents. But this is key because that RTO happened, and at about 48 cents, it immediately traded up to low 60s, and then it got smacked. And I think part of that is the poor markets, and part of that is, various shareholders wanting to get out. But I love to see that because it doesn't have anything to do with the fundamentals, at least from my understanding. And then the real key, the ownership. So, hey, if you're looking for a Ross Beaty play that's actually decently valued, this is the place to go because Ross is involved with a lot of stuff, and he talked a lot about Equinox and Lumina Gold. I'm not even that interested in that, but I know that Ross has a knack for finding early stage exploration plays, and this so much reminds me of Orca Gold. The reason I got excited about Orca Gold was, Ross validating it by investing, but this arguably is even better. It's a smaller company, and he's the largest shareholder, and clearly he has a good relationship with Heye based on his previous M&A activities with him. So you've got that. You've got Osino insider shareholdings pretty high. Great. Resource Capital Funds, a legitimate institutional investor. Awesome. Power One Group, I believe that's run by Pat DiCapo, who's pretty well respected in Toronto. And I think they also funded Oryx, again, which got acquired by B2 Gold. You got big time names. Lumina Group, this is more, Ross Beaty friends. And so you have a really tight float. I think that this, down here, 30% of the float. So what are we talking about? 15, definitely less than 20 million shares that are trading. So again, makes for a great trading opportunity. So there's a lot more to this PowerPoint, but those were the key pages. So make sure to check that out. That's the type of research. This is more than enough for me to buy at least a small position. And really, when I started to think about it, I was like, this is where I started buying just in the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I felt like it maybe flattened out. And so this is level 2 at CEO.CA. I highly recommend it if you don't have access to level 2 or market depth and you're willing to pay like I am. It was really helpful to realize it seems that there's an iceberg sell. There might be a few other sellers here, but there's someone who's kind of selling, and they're not too aggressively selling, but it provides liquidity. But definitely there were buyers on the other end. So I had a little bit of competition here, but I bought all my shares roughly between 27 and 30 cents, and it's been hanging out there. So if you watch this video and you like everything you've seen, and you wouldn't take you that much additional research, I'd say, to consider this as being a good trade. And like I said before, raises at 38 and 48 cents. It wouldn't surprise me if this could get back up to 50 cents. Right now, market cap is about 15 million with 6 million cash. Again, no warrants, so it's fully diluted. It's about a 9 million enterprise value. Again, great value for a company that has all these different drill programs. Now, one last weakness though, the news release, So this does sound exciting, discovery of a new system. I'm not going to blow this up, but I was disappointed by not seeing cross sections, and I feel like the recent news releases are a little confusing to read, even the way this is displayed. And I don't even think I saw it updated on the website. So hopefully the company gets its act together for improving that. It is a pet peeve of mine to not have cross sections and to not have a lot of clarity. But I give them a free pass for now because of all the other positives. Really, that was an excellent PowerPoint. All those details, catalyst timeline, cashed up, great shareholders, great share registry. This is like A+ stuff. So really consider buying shares here. I might be wrong. Who knows? Maybe this doesn't go anywhere. But again, you've got an opportunity to buy shares, in the 28, 29, 30 cent level, and there's going to be more news, definitely more drilling news by August, if not other sampling news and other things. So this is my best idea for people for a quick trade. Of course, I've had other ideas in other videos, and there's a lot of people that bug me about finding Africa stuff in the TSXV. Hey, here you go. And Namibia, good jurisdiction, very good jurisdiction, maybe better than most of what you find in Latin America. And don't just listen to me. I talked to really smart people. It's the Sprott Symposium. Even the ones who had never heard of Osino Resources, they gave the thumbs up to Namibia. And I personally think Namibia and Botswana are the best there. I like West Africa a lot. I even like Sudan, but definitely Namibia is head and shoulders above those. All right, this is probably long enough. I will be discussing this at MBG in the MBG Trends room at CEO.CA. I'll just go there real quick. This is my room. In case you didn't know, I talk about it sometimes. So even if you want to learn about more of what I think about this or ask questions, I will be in here at least the rest of this week trying to drum up some discussion. This is Nick, the Mining Book Guy. Thanks for watching. We'll have more for you soon. Bye.